Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following Ivar Twistfoot. And in that last episode, Ivar went to war. And indeed, it was a tragic experience for a man who is a poet at heart and who wasn't built for war, not only because of his lame foot, but also just from his nature. He's not a warrior. He is a man of creativity, a man of stories, and a man who has found love here with Juliana, a Galician woman who has been with us for a while and who lost her brother during that war. And it was a tragic way for things to go. He lost also one of his oldest friend, Vemonder Wolfblood, who died defending them. And the war, ultimately, though tragic, did allow Ivar to win the approval of his father and thus the blessing to marry this woman that he has fallen in love with. And that's exactly what we're going to do in this episode. So here we are in the temple of Aranda de Duero, although I'm sure it has a Norse name at this point. This is the temple in our father's lands here. And before we go and do our wedding, I'm going to go and visit the church holding because this is something we've never actually done. I don't think I've ever visited a church holding before. We always end up in castles because typically we're going to meet with the lords and stuff there. But Aranda de Duero is a magnificent temple. The various chants and hymns lay as a comforting blanket over the holding, and there's no doubt about its religious associations. Passing through the main gates, I spot plenty of Mozarabic ornaments nestled in the walls, as well as pilasters and scaffolds. My soulmate, Juliana, looks around with a content face, seemingly enjoying the change in scenery. That's awesome that Juliana is the one who ends up coming with us for this little event, because it randomly picks characters from your court to come with you on these things. So it's pretty awesome that this just happened to work out this way. You can see that Ivar has grown out his beard a little bit and his hair since the war. Understandable. Not a lot of time to shave when you're, fighting off heathens. Well, or you are the heathen that's being fought off here. But yeah, let's take a look here and see if there's anything interesting. We could go to the church grounds. There's a certain peace at the church square, despite there being a lot of commerce, priests, and helpers around. I should point out that this church is now held by a Gija, and so it was a Mozarabic church, but now the Norse have taken it over for ourselves. Juliana nods appreciatively and looks around the busy square, already eyeballing the curious stalls and points of interest. The healers would do me good. I mean, I guess we can go and see what the healers have to say. As we enter the healer's hut, Andreas is in the middle of performing a cleansing procedure on an elderly man. Juliana eagerly observes Andreas. Oh yeah, keep in mind, Juliana here is a physician and a herbalist herself. This is actually really cool. A glint of excitement is in her eye. I wouldn't mind trying my hand at that. Andreas looks up when he hears our voices. I didn't see you there. Is there something ailing you? A bit further into the room, on a shelf filled with medicinal trinkets, I spy a curious lapidary tourmaline clamoring for my interest. Small health boost. Maybe some humor balancing would do me good. Proven treatment for 2 years. Yeah, fertility. Not so bad. I'm interested in that. Or would you perform the procedure, Juliana? Experimental treatment for 2 years. I mean, and then, oh yeah, that's actually good. And she gains 40 experience. Yeah, sure. Let's maybe Juliana can learn from this guy Andreas for a little bit and learn a thing or two. So let's let Juliana perform the procedure. Did that boost up her level? Yeah, look at that. Now she's just an actual physician. Or she's very close to it. Yeah, looks like she did make it. Nice. That's pretty cool. She nudges to my shoulder, pointing to the guards escorting a ragged man from the premises, shouting about the end of the world. All right, let's go to the church then. Passing through the gates of the church, I am struck by a work that must have gone into the exquisite structures and sacred decor. One of the nuns standing... Oh, okay, apparently there's still some nuns and stuff around here as well. So there's Norse but the Norse are allowing, of course, the Christians or the Mozarabics to continue to practice their faith here, which is something that they would have done. So it does make sense. Although the nuns probably, yeah, wouldn't have wanted to be a nun when the Vikings came around. I am Sister Mencia. How may I help you? My eyes casually glance over the basket of coin donations further down the aisle. I have a donation to make. Maybe God could bless our cause? Well, we're not. These aren't our gods. So, I don't know about that. Clearly, I am in need of devotions. Oh, no, clearly I'm in need of these donations. No, we're not going to do that. Do we donate? Maybe God could bless our cause? You know what? I bet we might not be a Christian, but Juliana is definitely a Christian. And so it would make sense for her to get the blessing of God when we are about to be wed. So yeah, let's do it. Let's get the blessing of God. Or Juliana will anyways, or our group will. We're walking back through the gates of the church, and Arcadian tranquility lingers with me as I find myself back at the church square. Juliana hands me a morsel on our walk across the square. I thoughtfully chew the dried ration as I ponder what my next move is. Well, let's take a stroll in the garden before we wed here. The garden is framed by hedges, and the trees are spread out across gentle mounds where the odd bird and squirrel can be observed through the foliage. I can feel a presence quite strongly here, caught up in all this beauty. What if, through all my trials and tribulations, God has been with me all along? From behind me, I can hear Juliana muttering every time we encounter yet another obscurely edible plant on the wall. Maybe Mozarabism isn't such a bad thing. Oh, maybe we would convert. Juliana, how do we feel about some foraging? So many hidden nooks and crevices. Oh, we could lay with Juliana. I think that Ivar is somebody who might be intrigued by such things, but also, we're two young lovers and loves here, and so maybe we would go and do this, and it does give us a little bit of experience towards our violet poet. I don't know, actually. Convert to Mozarabism. It's an interesting idea. Mozarabism. I don't think our character is quite at that point just yet. I think that we're still... yeah, I think... A descendant of the early Iberian rites, Mozarabic Christianity has maintained a level of independence from Rome due to centuries under Islamic rule. Their long cohabitation with other faiths has made them accepting of differences more than fundamentalistic. Maybe we would then. Maybe we would. Because we did spend a lot of time in the Andalusian lands learning from them as well. And up here too. Yeah, I mean, I could see it. You know what? I rarely do this. I think we actually are going to convert. We might convert back to Norse at some point, but I think we're going to do it. So there we go. We've converted to Mozarabic. We're a Mozarabic Norse. And I imagine that we could create a new Christian faith. Could we do add our own Norse bit to this as well? That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Interesting idea, but so the way I see it is that, Ivar probably he didn't give up the Norse gods. He has just accepted this idea of another god. He thinks that the Christian god is just another one of the Norse gods. But yeah, let's take a look at this religion really quick. So it's got communion. So we would have to accept communion. Right. New faiths keep their old head of faith on creation. And adaptive. Yeah, so adaptive makes total sense. I mean, everything else here makes relative sense. We've learned, learned a little bit about the teachings of Jesus. So, yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense for our character. All right, so let's return. She's starting to look a little bit wary. Yeah, and it's starting to rain here, so we're done here. But maybe we'll go and rest at the tavern for a little bit. The tavern is filled with local Castilians and Norse as well. Wouldn't mind hearing a story or two before we rest. I imagine our wedding is like tomorrow, so this is all happening the day before the wedding. Paleo, how do you tell stories so well? You gain the hostilitor trait. The story has a few good points. Let's say the story has a few good points. Probably not going to be able to afford anybody. Let's see what we can get for some supplies and see if we can win some supplies from Maria here. We successfully charm her, as we are wont to do. And then we'll probably look for some jobs from the local town crier here. Scullerly work. Yeah, that could be all right. All right, so let's head back. I am done here. All right, so I'm going to let 1 day pass. There we go. 1 day has passed, and now it is our wedding day. The 3rd of June is the day that Ivar and his beloved Juliana shall be wed. So we can't do any fancy wedding or anything here. So we will just simply have to do it like that. Love prevails. Oh, Mistress Juliana, my sunshine. To think that I can embrace you openly now with the blessing of both God and the people around us, the blessing of both the gods and the people around us. I am the happiest man alive. Come here, wife of mine. Look at that. Love does indeed prevail. Well, isn't that nice? So what do we do now? I mean, we're poor and we need money. So I guess we should do a job. I mean, our father has some work. Veterans for hire. My liege heralder of Castali wishes to keep his champions in fighting shape. I guess we could go and do some work for our father. I imagine it's not him asking us for our proud, because like we're not a warrior. He knows that. But we do have some skilled warriors in our camp. Tolier is an excellent warrior, despite the fact that he doesn't really want to be. Ordonu. Ordonu is actually relatively capable himself. It's funny that he's the Asatru one now. And then, of course, we've got Adolfo, who is an excellent warrior here. So our father probably wants the aid of our companions, maybe a little bit more than even ourselves. So we'll go and travel to go to our father here. As I arrived, I am invited by my father, Olafir. I'm glad you can make it, my son. We are in need of an expert in the ways of war, as our commanders are rather unschooled. I'd be pleased to invite you and your knights in, but my... Oh, yeah, okay. Well, this is a bit formal for our father. He's basically probably just going to tell us, like, good to see you, son, but we need... we need you to, we need you to work. You don't get around we can't just be a layabout. Our father has expectations for us. We might be a bastard, but we do have expectations put upon us. So let's go and see those men. All right, so these are the guys we have to train. This old guy. All right, we'll train him. We invite Torgils to spar with Tolier. All right, well, Tolier, let us. Okay, Tolier, you could probably train him, right? Oh, are we still in? Oh, hold on. I gotta end debug mode here. Didn't even notice that was on. Tolier, give him a private lesson. 50. Oh man, we're actually better at it. Oh no, I see. Torgil should just follow. No, I think you should follow Tolier's moves. All right, Tolier, you can train this guy as well. There we go. And oh, there's some camp gossip. All right, and Tolier will do all the training for these guys here. Oh geez. Yeah, hopefully he'll train him well. Contract failed. Apparently we bungled it. Yeah, Tolier wasn't capable. Our father's probably a little bit upset with us, unfortunately. Oh yeah, he also doesn't like that we converted away from the faith. understandable, but, you know, it is what it is. Our brother still likes this, though. He doesn't seem to mind. It's not uncommon to hear rulers swirling around, or indeed in any camp. Salacious notions and whispers of scandals can pass many a long evening, after all. Sometimes they're even true. This week's are about an alleged affair of some kind, though quite whose the cheating partners might be is a matter of pseudo-scholarly debate and occasional bouts of raucous jeering. Not a kind of thing for people to spout purely for entertainment, but then scuttlebutt rarely is. Investigate the truth of the matter. Agree with the accusations baselessly? No, leave well enough. Nah, I guess we can look into it, I guess. For all the tales of affairs, romantic dalliances under the moonlight behind my pavilion, and furtive glances shared across dinner, love and the wandering skald seems decidedly orthodox. I did my best, but all I unearth are further rumors and hearsay. People notice when the leader is sniffing around, I suppose, and that in turn excites further baseless commentary. I wasn't really interested anyways, right? How he didn't care. Oh, looks like Harold's giving away some titles here. We've got Count Helgi. Oh, he gave Helgi some land. Helgi did make a name for himself in that war there. Oh, did he kill the guy? Oh, nice. Helgi got revenge for us by killing the man who killed Juliana's brother, Ismail here. Slain by our cousin Helgi, who was rewarded for his efforts by being granted the county of Asturias. Which is good for him. All right, well, that job didn't go well, and our father doesn't really seem too pleased with us right now, so maybe we should make our way out of here. Create a work of learning, solicit charity. I don't really like either of those options. Down here, they want some hired muscle. Doesn't really seem like our kind of thing. Maybe we should go on a honeymoon. We're poor, but, you know, maybe we could do that. Let's take a look for development. No, we want to see buildings. Where can we see that? Oh, it's an economy, right? Oh yeah, there's tons of buildings around here. Oh, but not all of them are built. There's a lot of possible ones. We could go to, you know, we could go back to the place where we fell in love in Count Rollo's lands. We could go there and have our little honeymoon there. I think would be reasonable. I mean, it's a little bit of a ways to travel, but we should be fine to go there, right? Let's make our way there. Traveling over land seems a little dangerous. Let's customize the route. Let's go by sea for most of the way. It's still a little bit dangerous going through the mountains there. Pathfinder gear doesn't help. Wilderness kit? Why does it just like change the danger? Low tangent. Oh, I see. It just change. Oh, it changes it from low, medium, high. I totally didn't understand how that even worked until just now. Can you tell I've been playing this game for a while? Yeah, apparently not. All right, we'll get a wilderness kit. That should be fine. We could scout for talent. We could use some people in our, and I've never actually used it, so I guess we'll try it. All right, let's head out of our father's lands. He's probably a little bit upset with us, and we got his blessing, so that's what matters most. A man of unusual skills. After we have traveled together for a while, I've noticed there's just something about Garcia the Old. This is that old priest we picked up. He seems to know the weirdest things, often ending up in curious conversations with those around him. He comes very close to heresy with some of his thoughts. And, this adds up for Ivar also becoming Mo's Arabic, because we just got this priest into our camp as well. And this guy could easily be have been converting us as well and teaching us about the ways of his God and the Lord Jesus. I cannot help but feel he is right with a lot of his opinions. I would like to hear more about what you know. We could gain the trait Wise Man. That would be interesting. You're the pride of this entourage. I think we would maybe like to hear a little bit more about what he knows. And we adopt his ways. There we go. Look at that. We're now a wise man. Interesting. Yeah, we're learning about like religion and all of these different things. That's what Ivar is all about. That's what I wanted this playthrough to be. was like these interesting, like not, you know, there was a little bit of war and things like that, but it's not focused on that. It's about exploring and learning and experiencing cultures and peoples. And oh no, Juliana is ill. Traveling through the sometimes harsh environments has an invigorating effect on at least my state of mind. I glance over to Juliana, and she does not appear to be doing good. Oh man, she gets sick all the time. Should let her rest and recover fully. Garcia, can you treat her? Yeah, I mean, Garcia, he just taught us. We rely on this man. Garcia, treat her. Oh no, her condition is worsened. Oh no. That's tough. Grave news reaches me. My wife has fallen ill with pneumonia. The future is uncertain. Death lingers closely by her bedside, yet not all is lost. She might survive should luck be on her side. Only God knows her fate. She may be my physician, but nonetheless, she looks to me for guidance. The time has come for drastic measures. There will be no treatment. The choice is up to my wife. You are the physician. We will let her decide. Be cautious. Do no more than what is necessary. We'll leave the choice up to her. Oh god, and then there's bandits as well. Did that help her though? I don't know if it did. The brigands launch their attack while we're still moving. Our defenders and vulnerable members alike spread out in a long snaking line. They coordinate well, sounding a long blast from a horn before streaming from their hiding spots. Who is this? Oh, it's a bunch of Castilian guys. A dumb one, too. Even so, it's immediately obvious what their goal is. As their leader, a fearsome Castilian man takes his gang straight for the wagons. Oh gosh. Surrender the provisions? Prepare to taste steel? Oh, we could duel this guy to the death? Oh man. That would be kind of crazy. Surrender the provisions. Pell them. We gotta get into a fight, surely. We could surrender the provisions, but I kind of like the idea that maybe we got caught unprepared and we end up having to do battle here. I'm gonna do it. Oh god, this is terrifying. For a few brief moments, Garcia and I pace in lazy half circles. Maybe it's because we need to protect Juliana. Because she's sick. Maybe Juliana was in the wagon. They demand we surrender the wagon, but Juliana is resting in there, and so Ivar has to step up and fight for her. I have my Andalusian sword. This sword is gonna carry us in this fight. Oh boy. All right. With a sudden twitch, our bout begins. Garcia makes excellent use of the open environment, delivering quick slashes before retreating in ample space. All right. I'm willing to take some risk of injury here. So we're going to attack high. Putting all my strength into my first strike, I leap straight for Garcia, hefting my sword high into a powerful cleave that sends him reeling. Garcia's retort is carefully calculated, waiting for precisely the right point to reply with several quick slashes of his sword. My form is good with only small errors, and Garcia's stance is formidable. My opponent is still holding off my blows well, but he seems close to faltering. You know what? You're... Oh, this is funny. Disheartening speech. Let's see how well you do without your sword. We could try to remove his weapon. This could get us some prestige. He's done medium. Let's see how you do. Let's try to disarm him if we can. Cool. One colossal, powerful cleave from my sword is almost enough to wrench Garcia's sword away from him, but he just manages to recover. He shifts into a defensive stance, his sword form a damn near impenetrable wall of perfect parries between me and him. My form is decent, and his is incredible. This does not sound like it's going good. Strike, parry, riposte. Ooh, okay. I leap into action. Oh, I don't know, actually, how this is going. With the spear, I seek piety, scum! Holy crap, I was so worried there, you guys. Like, my palms are sweaty. Roaring my defiance, I throw myself wholeheartedly into a bevy of powerful cleaves, raining blow after blow down on my opponent. Enthusiasm can compensate for many things, and here it managed to totally supersede Syl, tearing the sword from Garcia's grasp with raw power alone. Yeah, it's because we're defending our new wife here, who is sick and ill in that wagon, and we are not letting those damn bandits take that wagon. I waste no time in stepping towards my disarmed opponent, already shielding himself with his hands, and with ruthless efficiency, unseam him groin to neck. Oh, that's brutal, Ivar. The screams stop long before the tide of gore does. Whoa, that's rough. Goodbye, Garcia. Wow. Bandits' victorious duel. Their leader's death sparks a frenzied panic in the bandits. Screams and cries turn from terrified non-combatants in the baggage train to ruthless killers seeing a plan unravel in the worst way before their eyes. The most cowardly break and flee. The more ruthless wound comrades to cover their escape. Either way, the attack is over within minutes. No one steals from me. Wow. Every adult follower gains respect for us. Damn straight. That was epic. Look at that. Who would have thought that Ivar Twistfoot would have gotten a kill in this series? I wasn't expecting it. I didn't think we were going to be doing like a lot of combat and a lot of fighting, but it's so perfect for the story, and it ends up being super cool. And this guy was no slouch. He had 12 prowess. Like that was not a super one-sided fight like we sometimes get in some other series. You know, we were only beating him by 4, and it sounded like during most of that fight that he had the upper hand, but somehow we managed to pull off a victory. So that is pretty cool. Oh man, that was awesome. Good episode. I feel like some people are sleeping on this series, but honestly, this has been one of the coolest ones that we've had so far. So I'm really highly enjoying this series so far. If you are as well, and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, just do so now. I mean, this is the perfect time to subscribe. And honestly, if you've made it 5 episodes in, then what are you really waiting for? All right, well, we are kind of in a little bit of difficulty because our wife is sick. So we should, I don't know, could we go to, is there a temple here? Doesn't look like it. I don't see any. I guess this is the most nearby temple. Maybe we could find some healers there for our wife. So maybe we'll travel there. There's a tiny bit of danger. What's the danger coming from? Mountains? But if we get ourselves Pathfinder's gear, yeah, okay. We gotta make sure that we're safe here. So let's travel here. Oh, and she's pregnant as well. That's rough. You don't want to be pregnant and mnemonic at the same time. Okay, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go into this temple holding. And we're gonna go to the church grounds. Oh, and look, it's Juliana with us again, of course. Let's go to the church grounds. The healers would do us some good. Juliana, oh, this is so good. Look at this. This is absolutely perfect. Oh, and interesting. A dwarf witch physician here, Zoana. No, wait, Shoana Chill? Oh my gosh, I don't know how to pronounce the X in Spanish very good. Shoana, maybe? Greetings. How are your humors? Need a bit of cleansing. A bit further into the room, on a shelf filled with medicinal trinkets, we spy a scented herb pouch, but my wife Juliana needs treatment. Oh, okay. We really gotta. This is almost all of our money, but we gotta try it. Oh, success! Yeah, look at that. We spent all of our money, and that woman saved our wife. Thank goodness for that. A witch saved the wife of our life while she is pregnant. Oh no. If she like miscarries or something like that, that would be such a crazy crazy like event for the story, because I could totally picture it being like the witch would say like a life for a life, kind of thing. And we agree to that because we're so desperate for our wife, but we don't realize that the life that's being sacrificed could be our own child. So if that happens, that would be crazy, but who knows? Church looks intriguing. We could go take a look, I guess. We don't have enough money to make a donation. Clearly I'm in need of these donations. We're not going to steal, though. Let's head back. I guess we'll see if there's any jobs. Lucrative opportunities? I don't think we're... Are we that desperate? Let's get the contracts, because we might be desperate enough here to actually do some gallows bait stuff, but let's see what kind of supplies we get. Yeah, let's try to charm the guy. He smells our desperation. The provision cost is increased. Oof. All right, let's head back. I love how just like things don't always go well for Ivar. Sometimes he barely manages to scrape by in a lot of cases, but yeah, it is what it is. Man, we're poor. We are super poor. Settle boundary disputes, protect the innocent. I mean, they would pay us a little bit of money. I guess we could try to protect the innocent. A little bit of danger here. We can barely afford to get a wilderness kit though, so I guess we'll just take the danger. All right, let's go and do the job, because I think that we need the money. Oh, we meet a hermit. A grotto emerges from the vegetation like a stone arch in a cathedral. On its entry, there's a small wooden table and a stall. Someone has left a lantern burning on it. Careful, my lord. Tolier holds his arm up in front of my chest. There are bandits in these lands. You're quick to make accusations. A dimly illuminated figure stands in the entrance of the cave. I'm merely a hermit, and you, well, you carry the title of Skald. How fortunate. Tell me about my future. Yeah, I do want to learn my future from this strange man. The hermit takes a second before replying. He gets up and waits until I follow. There's some herbs scattered around at what seems to be a rudimentary bed. He turns to me when we're away from my entourage and, with an oddly deeper voice replies, the water shall pass, but you won't. The water shall pass, but you won't. Concerning. Concerning? Yeah, maybe concerning. Tolier is in charge of our food supplies with sheepishly revealed, oh my gosh, Tolier, you are the worst caravan master. It's just a bit of mold. I'm not gonna rob from these people, but I don't really want to risk this. So I think we're just going to say it's just a bit of mold. Protect the innocent. Animals, thugs, and ruffians. The mere thought seems to be enough to disturb Mayor Lorenzo's demeanor. The common people of the city are so agitated, I fear they may rise in arms at any moment. We must ensure their safety. There's no... let's just go for a balanced one here. So our muscle is going to be Tolier, obviously. Our second muscle will be Horseling. No, actually, our second muscle will be Adolfo. Or is Adolfo going to be our thug? Yeah, Adolfo will be our thug. Horseling will be muscle. We're going to have to find Horseling a wife at some point as well. We need a lookout, so Bahir, you can be our lookout, and our footpad will be Amat al-Jalik. All right, Bahir's wife, the two of them, lookout and footpad. All right, that should be good. Should be capable of pulling off this job, I'm sure. Protecting the innocent while we're here. I mean, we might be a poet, but we've obviously earned ourselves a little bit of a name. A little bit of a name as a warrior despite our twisted foot, and that's kind of cool. Honestly, this is turning into like a very interesting story for our character here. Like, I can totally imagine these events playing out in a novel or something. Interesting idea to turn one of these stories into a novel. I'm interrupted from my stroll near the mess by the approach of a nervous stranger. A woman who introduces herself as Constanza and is clearly as alien to feral as I. Lord, you and I both know that these lands have no truck with those who worship differently from the lords and ladies. Momentarily, she pauses, steeling herself for a clearly expected rejection. I understand if you've already too many people to care for, but if you'll have me, I'll serve you loyally for all your days. Constanza. I mean, oh, she is treacherous, but help her find a home elsewhere. Oh, but that's actually pretty good. Cultural acceptance between Norse and Galicians goes up. I don't think this woman would become our friend. Although she is a hunter. Maybe. Okay, we'll bring her. We all also, I should, the thing that changed my mind there was that we are trusting. So, like, we don't realize that she is a callous and arbitrary woman. We're too trusting to realize that. And honestly, we do need, oh, she's a terrible chief cook. We need a new chief cook. Could use a bodyguard as well. Ordono would be good at that. Oh, and also our laureate. Oh yeah, Ordono can become our laureate because he does have the poetry skill here. That is good. So there we go. So we now have our laureate. Can make a request. Count Fruella. Oh yeah, we've done jobs for this guy before, haven't we? What about if we arrange a marriage? Does he have any women for... Would he accept that? No, he wouldn't accept that. The marriage between Horseling and his daughter. He doesn't realize that Horseling is literally his liege, essentially, if things were as they should be. But yeah, let's just get the job done here. We do have this interesting decision. Found a salon. If we have some money, 350, and we have 5 followers with the poet trait, we can found a salon. So we gain founded salon here. Gives us monthly income, prestige, lifestyle experience, max personal schemes. And then the holding gets a cool thing as well. So that's pretty neat. We're going to have to let it go up just a little bit more here. Want to make sure that we're successful here because we need the money. How's our wife doing? She is 7 months pregnant. Oh, nice. Another wandering lifestyle perk. Let's take a look at that. Oh, it's just that my spot one. Figure it out among yourselves. I don't think we're going to side with either one. We'll let them sort it out themselves. What do we do here? Finally here, finally there. Now I think we want to get this storyteller one, because I also want to get access to the hike activity. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, time was traveling there. Masood Amrasid has died. He's no longer our stooge. Who would be a good stooge? Godo? Or Amat al-Jalik? Yeah, how about Godo the Proud? She can be our stooge. We need a better cook here. And I will get Ordonu as I will have him as one of our bodyguards. Because we are close friends and, you know, we protect each other. But there we go. We're at 100%. Let's execute the scheme. Seize the moment. And there we go. 3, 4, and there goes the 5th wolf. Okay, so we were hunting down some wolf swarm there. What a magnificent job. No more murdered cattle, no more lost children. Here, have your payment, and if the common folk complain once again, I know who to call for. We have a long path ahead of us, so that is not too bad. So we gain all that we needed there. I mean, considering we're killing wolves, maybe I'm gonna go and give ourselves a new wolfskin cloak. Yeah, there we go. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Like to see it. So there we go. We're gonna return here, and now oh, and we did have a child. Oh, Juliana, you have been so brave, so strong. Words cannot describe my love for you. Okay, so our child did not pass away, thankfully. He gained the trait beautiful and delicate, so he's gonna be not the most healthiest of children, but that's okay. One day you'll carry on my legacy. Well, what should we name him? I don't think that there's any other choice but to name him after our wife's brother, Enoch. because that is the only fitting thing that we could possibly name him here. So, and that is what he shall be named. Enoch Iverson. Not too bad. And of Malede, because that's where... Oh, wait, why is he... Oh, we formed... Oh, we got Bastard Founder here. Cool. All right. You know what I might do? I might leave this one up to... I might leave this one up to a contest. I think in the Discord, I'm going to see who can design the coolest coat of arms and come up with the best name for Ivar's new house. And I know that there's some people in the Discord and in the comments who are really good at making coat of arms. So if that is you and you're not already in the Discord, go down into the description, join the Discord. There will be a contest happening to see who can name this, and maybe I'll do a prize, like whoever wins gets to make a character for the series or something like that. But yeah, that's going to be pretty cool, and we will see how that goes. But I think we will see how that goes in the next episode. So until then, Wanderers, thank you for watching.